I used to operate under the assumption that win-lose was simply how the world worked. But in writing Emerging Imaginal You, I came to see that view as flawed. I began to remember that all things are connected and that the well-being of one can't be separated from the well-being of all. There are two ways of seeing this world. The closed heart way sees others as threats and resources as scarce. That's a mindset of separation, individualism, and competition, the me person mindset. The other way sees self and others as intertwined, that harming or diminishing any other harms or diminishes the whole. That cooperation can create more than competition. This we person sees win win outcomes as integral to an improved collective future and virtually inevitable once we've finally seen through the myth of separation. Having lived with both mindsets, I understand the confusion. The win lose worldview considers the win win approach to be naive or unrealistic. But from the perspective of someone who's experienced heart activation and accessed higher states of energy and perception, it's the win lose mentality that appears doomed as mental pathology. Why? It's built on outdated premises that are out of alignment with cosmic laws. Imagine a caterpillar scoffing at a butterfly, not realizing they're the same, just at different stages of development. The transition from a perspective of separation to one of unity may be an evolutionary inevitability. Consciousness was thrown outward from source like a boomerang, gaining complexity and density, exploring individuality, exploring separation. But there comes a point when the boomerang reaches its furthest arc and begins its journey back towards source. Humanity may now be entering that return phase, increasingly remembering we're not isolated beings, but interconnected expressions of a unified whole. Some are still trying to perpetuate the outbound arc, invested in dominance and competition, unaware that the game has shifted. That said, more and more are joining the return arc, recognizing that the game has changed and that surviving and thriving in the future will require a different approach. Quantum physics has quietly dismantled the old Newtonian worldview of parts and pieces, where matter is what really matters. We now know that particles can remain entangled across vast distances, that observation affects outcome, and that the whole is holographically reflected in every part. Such discoveries increasingly point to a universe where separation is an illusion and where our consciousness plays a direct role in shaping our reality. When we operate as if we're isolated, as if our actions have no energetic repercussions, we're swimming upstream, misaligned with how the cosmos actually works. The illusion of separation has persisted for so long, it's become normalized, like a mind virus deeply embedded in our language, institutions, and belief systems. It prompts a belief that we can exploit others without consequence, dominate without backlash, and divide without loss. But the cost of that illusion is becoming increasingly too great to ignore. We've entered an era where the power to harm others is democratized, no longer confined to empires or armies. When individuals can wield world altering influence from their digital device, old paradigms become not only unsustainable, but potentially unsurvivable. The only viable future is one rooted in cooperation, empathy, mutual validation, and mutual benefit. That shift will be seen first not in policy or systems, but in individual consciousness, specifically in the heart. The heart chakra acts as a bridge between our survival instincts and our higher, better selves. When we activate it, we begin to see differently, choose differently, and relate differently than closed hearted people. We gain access to a level of intelligence that transcends intellect and better allows for elegant, sustainable, mutual benefit solutions. Forgiveness, especially of self, clears old programs, frees trapped energy, and opens the heart chakra. Compassion then further broadens our heart based lens, rewiring our emotional patterns. Raising our vibrational state through heart based gratitude and joy increases our capacity to perceive and respond from a unity perspective. In short, feeling and acting from the heart makes win win outcomes not just possible, but the obvious choice. The shift is subtle but unmistakable. Old systems, rooted in domination, exploitation, and imbalance, are increasingly showing cracks. Newer, more intuitive ways of being are emerging, more grounded and balanced collaboration. Compassion and sensitivity, once seen as weaknesses, will become recognized as strengths. A high vibrational intelligence quotient will take its place alongside emotional and intellectual intelligence, guiding decisions not just from logic, but also from vibrational resonance. Those who align early with these principles won't just feel better, they'll experience the advantage of functioning better. They'll find themselves more resilient, more intuitive, and more effective in co creating the emerging world. Living from a win win perspective is more than morally preferable, it's energetically aligned with how the universe is wired and flows. What will it be? The preceding was generated by an AI ghostwriter from Bob Cochran's writing and sampled voice. For more information on Bob's first book, Emerging Imaginal You, a time traveling note to self from the corner of science and spirituality, or his second book, Hyperdimensional You, Surfing the Shift Toward Mastery, check out Clever, the number 2, Wise. That's clever2wise.com. On Facebook, search for hashtag Clever2Wise. To help this work continue, like and share Bob's YouTube videos, which can be located by searching for @Clever2Wise. To be notified as new videos become available, click subscribe.